Yeah, it's been a work in progress for a little bit, but obviously being teammates with Jen Hunter, building that relationship through there, and it's hard to pass up an opportunity from Red Bull. It's as elite as it gets, and yeah, honestly, they gave me an opportunity that I couldn't turn down. So super excited to be beginning this partnership with them, and excited for next year.
Awesome. What's it like to get the helmet first time?
It's special. You always see videos of elite athletes getting their helmets, and when they brought me out to F1 and did it in Vegas, and when they gave it to me, it was definitely a wave of emotions. Like, it's something you always dream of as a kid, and you watch your favorite athletes. A lot of them are sponsored by Red Bull, and now I feel like I'm one of those guys. Red Bull doesn't hire people that they don't believe can be multi-time champions. So yeah, I'm really excited about it.
Congrats.
Thank you.
This past season was, in many ways a breakout year for you. So talk about the belief and when you look towards 2025, just the positioning and mindset for you entering the new year compared to last year.
Yeah, definitely. This is going into my third year now. A lot more mature, growing up a little bit. I'll turn 20 next year, so definitely just a lot of learning the last 2 years, and unfortunately gone through a couple knee injuries, but my goal is just to be 100% healthy before I go back racing, and I know if I'm 100% and even 90%, I still can be competitive, and my goal is to be winning championships now. So I'm this last summer has been really good for me, just confidence-wise, and knowing that I can run up front and win races, and I feel like putting it all together is the next step for me, and I feel like I matured a lot during the summer, and learning how to handle those emotions when stuff's getting hard every weekend. So yeah, I'm honestly just been really excited. Been rehabbing my knee, and trying to just kind of get my mind ready for next year, and I'm gonna have to race myself into shape, but it's nothing that working hard's nothing that I'm opposed to, so I'm excited for it.
On that note, quickly, where do you see yourself when the season starts in terms of a percentage around your knee and fitness and health, that kind of thing?
Yeah, I don't have a solid answer on that yet, because I haven't even started riding yet. So it's going to be, I'm definitely not going to be 100%. I'm going to have to race myself into shape in that scenario, but I'm also I'm not going to go race if it doesn't make sense for me. I don't want to risk getting this thing injured again, and especially if it's not ready. So trying to take the appropriate steps and make sure this thing as best as it can be before I go race.
Have you gotten, although the Red Bull deal is new, we know that their medical facilities and their athlete programs unrivaled. Have you gotten to use any of that stuff yet, or is it still pretty fresh?
It's still pretty fresh. I mean, I'm probably only a week into it right now. Definitely in the future, like we've talked about it, but haven't got anything quite yet. Still trying to work out the kinks of everything, but yeah, definitely soon.
It's been 7-8 weeks since your surgery?
10 weeks today. Yep.
What's the estimated recovery for that? Are you on progress? Are you ahead?
I've been working with Dr. G in Newport, and it's been, I've been at his office 6 days a week, every week for the last, at least for a solid 7 weeks, and then kind of bumping in and out back to Florida. But no, definitely on track, and it's going a lot smoother than my last ACL that I did. So it's one of those things where it obviously takes time for it to heal, and no matter how strong it is, it goes through that phase where it's a little bit vulnerable. So it's just trying to kind of get past that part where you feel like it's really sturdy and really strong. So yeah, I've been working my butt off with it, and I'd say it's feeling really good. So
hey, now that the 24 season's wrapped, how does it compare to the expectations and goals you had coming in? Because you really caught fire outdoors, right? But do you look back and go, Supercross wasn't as good as I wanted? Or overall, what are your feelings about the season?
Yeah, Supercross was really frustrating for me. I mean, I had some health issues that I finally figured out, but it was just, I knew I had speed, I knew I had fitness, just something was missing, and I unfortunately didn't figure it out till the last 2 rounds, which for outdoors it helped me, but just frustrating to go through that whole process each weekend, and I'm getting 7th, 8th in the mains when I have speed to be getting podiums, so that part was really frustrating for me, but honestly it helped me a lot going into outdoors. Just I know how to handle all the all the weekends when it gets hard, and I was definitely ready to kind of change the script and be that guy that runs up front and wins motos. So I feel like outdoors gave me a lot of confidence, and it just kind of confirmed my beliefs that I had in myself. I'm generally a pretty confident person, even though I don't necessarily show it at all times, but I'm confident in my ability, and I knew I was putting all the work in and more, and my speed was there. So just having that, kind of confirmation that I am doing all the right things was probably the first time I was actually I am doing all the right things. Like, it's up to me to make it happen. So that was, this summer was big for me in that realm.
So the switch to motocross, was it more attitude, or does that fit your riding style a little bit better?
I mean, don't get me wrong, outdoors definitely comes more natural to me, just growing up riding it. I'm really confident in my ability to be good at Supercross, and I feel like I am good at Supercross. It was more just figuring out my health issues at the time, because before that I couldn't even do a 20-minute moto without pumping up or running out of breath, But once I figured out my dieting and kind of what was going wrong with my body, then I was doing 35-minute motos no problem. So once I kind of got that, I was like, all right, it's game on. It was like I had a whole new wave of confidence come in, and it was like, all right, it's time to show up and show out, basically.
Was this knee injury tough to swallow mentally then? Because it came at a time when you finally reached the top of the mountain, in a sense.
Yeah, it was hard. I obviously struggled at the first round of SMX, and then last moto I dabbed it, blew it up basically, and it was tough because obviously I just got picked for nations. I mean, any American that gets picked for nations, it's one of those things you dream of as a kid, and it was one of those things I was so excited to do, and I was kind of at the point I want to get through SMX and get ready for nations, because our team was solid, and I would generally believe we could have won, and just kind of it was heartbreaking for sure. And even though it was, I keep doing my thing, I'll have the opportunity again to go, but it's just first time to go, it's heartbreaking, and just knowing how much work you have to put in to go through the whole knee thing, and especially how it went last year. I was like, man, it's just it's hard because you're up here and then you're back down here basically. So no, it was tough, but I mean, it's kind of what makes you as a human, and you kind of have to go through those hard times in your life, and that's what shapes you. So I feel like, even though definitely not what I wanted, but it's helped me kind of grow as a person and mature a little bit and handle the situation. So I mean, it was a good thing that I didn't go, because I mean, I did try and ride before I got surgery, and this thing was pretty loose. So no, it was I mean, it is what it is.
Are you frustrated with your career to date just because there's been so little stability? There's been highs, there's been lows, there's been injuries, health issues. When you look back on what's happened so far, are you a bit damn, I can't catch a break?
Not at all, because when I start doing good, it makes it a lot sweeter, I've went through those hard times, and back-to-back knee surgeries, it's really hard on you mentally, and when you finally start getting that little bit of success, that drive is, for me, that drive's always been there. I know deep down that I can do it, and yeah, there's setbacks, there's always gonna be setbacks along the way, it's hard to watch other people, have that stability and have that success each weekend, but when you're just as good as them, but you just can't put it all together, you can't figure it out. But I mean, it's unfortunately it's part of it, some people figure it out, and some people take time to figure it out. So for me, it's I wouldn't change it for a bit. I wouldn't be the person I am right now without all those hard times that I've gone through. So I mean, it's my first win at Thunder Valley, my first moto win. I mean, I cried, just it's finally I feel like I was starting to finally put everything together. And even my win at Red Bud, it was just it's made it so much sweeter, just because, even not for me, just the team around me, everyone sees how hard I work every week, and it's just you get so close, but yet it's so far away, and it's not just for me, but everyone involved. It makes it even sweeter.
You mentioned dieting and pumping up. Can you give us a little more details on what was actually happening, and then maybe even what you changed in your diet people are always interested in, what they can do to make themselves better. Like, what did you do, and what helped for you?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to go too in detail with what I was doing, but basically just more just like kind of, I would say more just like more strict on what I was eating. Like, obviously before I was like you don't want to go on the diet, too early, and you kind of like want to enjoy yourself. I mean, I was still 18, and like I'm still have a little bit of the kid in me, but not that I was eating bad, but probably not as good as I should have. But once I kind of just hunkered down and did some tests and figured out what I needed specific for my body, and it's like you can eat this, 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 and this, and that's all you can eat. And basically, I'm like, I was desperate for anything. Like, all right, I'll eat 2 things if I have to. So basically, just you have these 4 options, eat these, and you'll be fine. Like, and I ate those, and basically, that's kind of what cured me. It's just I had to cut out a lot of things out of what I was eating, and once I just narrowed it down and was actually strict about what I was eating, it made a big difference for me.
And what were those issues before that?
It was more just like, no matter how, you can't outwork your diet. So no matter what I was eating, like no matter how much work I was doing, what I was eating, it was almost like I was breaking even, and it's like at the time I thought I was eating healthy, but it's just there's some factors in each food that no matter what you do, it kind of just takes away all the work you've been doing. So once I kind of eliminated the parts of my food that were affecting me that much, it was like I was actually starting making progress.
Nice. And then kind of a fun question. I've been asking guys, what's like a big riding technique, drill, or something that you focus on, something that you felt helped you in your riding recently, and then a recommendation for people who are watching these videos who want to get better on their own bike, something that they can take and practice on the track tomorrow or this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, I love doing stand-up drills or feet on the peg drills. Like, if you watch my style, like I stand up a lot or I have my feet on the pegs quite a bit. So just learning that balance and kind of staying neutral on the bike was always something that I did every week, and it was something you can mix in with your riding, and like you can still go fast and do your motos hard if you want to doing that. So for me, that was always something that I felt benefited me. And I mean, every guy it goes for everybody. I mean, it teaches you balance. I mean, teaches you good fundamentals like keeping your elbows up, and I feel like anybody can learn that. It's not just professionals.
How many laps can you go standing up, or what's the protocol for that?
I mean, we were doing 35. I could do a 35 with my feet on the pegs, no problem.
Feet on the pegs, but what about standing up?
Standing up the whole time is a little. My back would give out a little bit, but no. I mean, just keeping. It's because sometimes you need to sit down to get traction or sitting up the lips of jumps, but generally I never did always just standing up. Like I would stand through the corners, but when it came to like coming out of the corners and getting traction, or sometimes coming out of a corner into a jump, I would sit down. But generally most of the time just feet on the pegs was the strict part. Cool. So standing or sitting was whatever.
Thank you.
So now that you have the health thing figured out, I guess, is there any big changes to your program, or is it just kind of once you're healthy, like recover from the injury, then you're just gonna hit the ground running, or any other big changes to your program, like on the bike, off the bike?
No, honestly, same really. Just kind of where I've been out here, I haven't really been with my trainer at all. Just everything's kind of been over the phone. So when I get back, I'm actually heading back to Florida this week and kind of get back to boot camp. It's never too late to start. So no, I'll go back to Florida and really just hammer down and with training, and honestly, just kind of the same stuff as usual. I mean, it's time to hunker down and really put the work in. I'm finally getting to the part where I can hit the ground running. So yeah, more or less just kind of getting back and getting back to where I was 100%.
One more.
Okay, so the big thing that we talked to Joe about repeatedly was the new bike, and you not really having a chance to ride it as much, and all the stuff that comes with it. You've been a Honda guy forever. I know you have a lot of faith in Trey. What is your outlook on it? At any time on it, and then when you get on it, what are you going to do?
Yeah, so after Ironman this year, we did like a 3-day test on it outdoors and just try to get a solid base setting on it. And I love the bike. It was awesome, and I felt very comfortable on it. And there's a lot of key features that I loved over the 24 bike. So that part of me, like I'm really confident in it. I'm sure it's going to be even better for Supercross. So I felt like, such as like cornering and just the handling feel coming into corners, I feel like that'll help a lot for Supercross. But I'm definitely going to lean on Trey a lot. Just on top of me trying to get back in shape and getting laps under my belt, I am going to have to set up a brand new bike. So I am gonna have to lean on Trey quite a bit, and I trust Trey. Like a lot of the testing that I do with him, like we'd like a very similar setup. So I have full trust in Trey and the team that they're gonna come up with a good setting, and that we're not gonna have a problem figuring it out. So.